Hello everyone, this is Al Red Sox Fan coming to you from Al Red Sox Fan YouTube channel, and we're going to bring you some more of our heavyweight tournament using Title Bout Championship Boxing on the PC, where we are up to bout number 26 in round number 1, and the matchup is a good one here from Yankee Stadium. Archie Moore versus Ernie Terrell. 15 rounds, the winner shall advance to round number 2. The bouts will be simulated using Title Bout Championship Boxing. The boxers were randomly drawn using a Google number randomizer for all bouts. We avoided fights that actually took place in the first round, so none of these fights actually took place. And it's a pure simulation, and we will continue to do so to our best of our ability as the tournament goes on. A list of boxers is provided below on the page, and a link to boxingrec.com, or you can search the internet if you'd like to know more about the boxers in this tournament. So let's get to Yankee Stadium and the bout scheduled for 15 rounds of boxing in the heavyweight division. Archie Moore, the old mongoose, taking on Ernie Terrell, brother of Tammy Terrell, who was a famous singer. She passed away at a young age. She did duets with Marvin Gaye, like Ain't No Mountain High Enough. And let's get to ringside. At ringside here at Yankee Stadium, we see such luminaries as What's Blazing in Sports. That's T-Dub from What's Blazing in Sports. Check out that wonderful boxing channel. And also Robbie Wartburg is at ringside. Archie Moore, career record, 186 wins, 23 losses, 10 draws, and 132 stoppages by knockout or TKO. He'll be trained by Gil Clancy. I assigned Gil Clancy as a trainer and Al Braverman as a cut man. Let's go to Archie Moore's boxer card. Archie Moore from Missouri. Stands at 5'11", reach 75 inches. He will weigh in for this bout at 185 pounds. Archie Moore was light heavyweight champion, considered one of the greatest light heavyweight champions of all time. He beat Joey Maxim for the title. He did challenge twice for the heavyweight championship. He would lose to Rocky Marciano and Floyd Patterson. He's the only man to fight Rocky Marciano and Muhammad Ali. Archie Moore can fight as either a slugger or a boxer. Excellent inside fighter, 4 out of 4. Outside fighter, 3 out of 4. Cover up, 3 out of 4. Go for the knockout, 4 out of 4. He'll clinch out of 69. Drawing power, Archie Moore is a tremendous draw on the day, 9 out of 10. Tremendous intellect and proficiency. Always in good shape, Archie Moore. Against a boxer, he has a 9 rating for control. Against a slugger, a little better, an 11. Chin versus knockdown and chin versus knockout, both at 2s. Very tough fighter. Aggressiveness is a 7. Killer instinct is a 9. Endurance is a 9. Defense is a -2. He likes to work off his jab and counter. You can see he's a 40 for counterpunching. And his overall title bout rating is a 9 out of 15. This should be a good one from Yankee Stadium. We also see at ringside here the original Grognard. Check out that wonderful military strategy channel. And ID Gesture is also at ringside, just fresh off his TV interview with Ron Juck at Retro Sports Network. Check it out. It was a lot of fun. He has another interview coming up tomorrow with Clinton Parks, and that's ID Gesture. Check it out. It's always a good time there. Let's take a look at Ernie Terrell now. Ernie Terrell from Chicago, Illinois. Terrell stands at 6'6" with a reach of 82 inches. He likes to work off that jab. A very good defensive fighter. He won what was called the WBA tournament when Ali was stripped. This is not when Ali was stripped for non-military service. This is a different, where Ali was stripped a portion of his title, and the WBA came about. And Terrell won that tournament, but then when he fought Ali, Ali basically tortured him for 15 rounds and won an easy decision, saying, "What's my name? What's my name?" as Terrell refused to call him Muhammad Ali and called him by Cassius Clay. Again, Ernie Terrell's sister was Tammy Terrell, a very well-known singer from the 60s who passed away very young, and she did a couple of duets with Marvin Gaye, such as Ain't No Mountain High Enough. Alrighty. Big wins for Ernie Terrell. He beat George Chuvalo. That was a very good win for him. And again, it was WBA title when he won that tournament. Ernie Terrell is a boxer. Fouls occasionally. Fighting on the inside, he doesn't like that. 2 out of 4. Outside, 2 out of 4. Covering up, he likes to play defense and counter. 3 out of 4. Going for a knockout, not a lot of pop in those punches. 1 out of 4. He also clinches quite a bit. Drawing power, Terrell was not the draw. It was usually his opponent. An intellect, 8 out of 10. Proficiency at what he does, 10 out of 10. Control versus a boxer or a slugger, 10 out of 10. And like Archie Moore, he has 2s for chin versus knockdown and knockout. He's a tough fighter, Ernie Terrell. He absorbs a lot of punishment. Killer instinct, 7. Aggressiveness, 7. Endurance, 9. Defense, a little better than Archie Moore's, -4. Again, he likes to work off that jab, and he likes to counterpunch. You'll see he's also a 40 at counterpunching. And his overall title bout rating is a 9. So this is an even matchup, and a lot of money has gone on Ernie Terrell in this bout, which is surprising for me. The height and reach advantage, some of the bettors have chosen Terrell, and the money is on Terrell at this moment in time before the fight. And we are at Yankee Stadium. Ernie Terrell, 46-9, no draws, 21 stoppages. The fighters will be in their prime condition of their prime stage of their career in tip-top condition. In Ernie Terrell's corner is Freddie Brown, the trainer, and we assign Tommy Gallagher as the cut man. Fight option, 15 rounds, Yankee Stadium. I will have nothing to do with the strategy. I will give you my radio call. And there is adjustment for weight and injury checks. The announcer is Michael Buffer. The referee, former heavyweight contender Randy Newman. The judges, Mickey Vann of England, Larry Hazzard of the USA, and Tony Perez of Puerto Rico. In a rare incident stoppage, and we hope we don't have that because we'll have to fight the fight over again, it will be a draw until 50% of the fight has been completed. Then they'll go to the scorecards. 3 judges will score the bout. 10-point must system. 3 knockdown rule is in effect. Mandatory 8 count is in effect. You can never be saved by the bell. Never, ever, ever. If you get knocked down and you do not get to your feet within the 10 count, you are out. The referee or doctor can stop the bout. Analysis. Moore can fight as either a boxer or a slugger. His control factor 9 versus a boxer, and an 11 versus a slugger. Terrell is a pure boxer, so he will have a little more opportunity to dictate the pace if he's on by working off that jab. We go to the training. Archie Moore has a slight edge in power, 46-30. That's not really a big edge. It's a slight edge. Endurance is equal at 90%. Defense, again, Archie Moore, a very good defensive fighter, the old mongoose. He likes to fight out of that crab defense, arms crossed in front of him. But Ernie Terrell, very masterful at defense, 83%. Hand speed, slight edge to Terrell, 75-70. And tactical skills, even at 64. How well they can fight the way their corner wants it and the way they train. So let's get to ringside now. And the bout. As you can see, Gil Clancy and Al Braverman in Archie Moore's corner. Freddie Brown and Tommy Gallagher in the Ernie Terrell corner. We're at Yankee Stadium. Randy Newman's the ref. Mickey Vann, judge number 1. Larry Hazzard, judge number 2. And Tony Perez, judge number 3. The ringside expert from Title Bout Championship Boxing is Don Koss. And here we are at ringside. Fighters go to the center of the ring to get their final instructions from Randy Newman. Also here at ringside, we have noticed the walking man, D. Scott Howard, from the Great Pacific Northwest. He says, interesting matchup. I'd have a Mongoose as a favorite, though. So he likes the Mongoose. We shall see how it goes. They ask Gil Clancy in Archie Moore's corner, any questions from the Chief second? They say no. They ask Ernie Terrell and Freddie Brown, any questions from the Chief second? They say no. Newman motions to where a low blow will be. The belt line will be good, he says. The belt line will be good. Fighters back to their corners. We await the bell for round number 1. Yankee Stadium, scheduled 15 rounds of boxing. The winner advances to round 2 of our heavyweight tournament. Who shall it be? We shall see. Here's the bell. And the bell for round number 1. Moore on the left, Terrell on the right. Both men pawing with their jabs. Now they tie up on the inside. Again, feeling out process here in round 1. No one's thrown any punches. Moore throws a couple. Misses. And Terrell counters with a 1-2 and keeps that jab out there. Terrell trying to work off that jab, and there's a lot of mauling and brawling on the inside. Newman breaks him. Moore's punches fall short again, and Terrell lands a 1-2-3 and moves away, just working with that jab. The height is giving Archie Moore some trouble. Moore digs to the body. Newman tells him, watch out for the holding and hitting. But he did score on there. And Terrell comes right back with a 1-2-3 again and moves away, working behind that jab. 20 seconds left in round number 1. Terrell using his height and reach advantage. And there's the bell. Terrell won a close round, in my opinion. There's some mauling and brawling. There was a feeling out process. Archie Moore could not get in his range. The Mongoose is going to have to out-counter the counter-puncher, and he can do it, the old Mongoose. I give that round 10-9 Terrell. I think Moore will have some difficulty with the height and reach of Ernie Terrell. Let's go to the unofficial scorecard of Title Bout Championship Boxing. And Dan Koss, he also gives it 10-9 to Terrell. We'll quickly go to the corner of Archie Moore. Gil Clancy says, you're just loosening up, just loosening up. Moore just smiles at him. Archie Moore could probably train himself. He actually was a trainer. Trained George Foreman in his comeback a bit. Also trained Muhammad Ali briefly early on in Muhammad Ali's career. They did not get along very well. And he actually would fight Muhammad Ali later. In one of his, I think his second to last fight. Moore takes a swig of water. Now let's move to the Ernie Terrell corner. And Freddie Brown says, just keep working off that jab, Ernie. Keep working off that jab. Tommy Gallagher. A little grease around Terrell's eyes. Terrell takes some water, spits it in the bucket. Gallagher reiterates what Freddie Brown has told Terrell. Quick punch stat numbers before we move on to round number 2. Archie Moore only landed 6 punches. Terrell did a wonderful job at defense. And Terrell landed 19 punches, working mostly off those jabs. But again, nothing really hard on those punches. Thus a close round. He jabs, hooks, crosses, and he tied up. Archie Moore's best moment came on the inside when he held and hit and was warned by Randy Newman. We prepare for round number 2. And let's see what the old Mongoose will do. The bell, round number 2. Fighters to the center of the ring. Moore on the left, Terrell on the right, and they tie up once again. Terrell does not want the Mongoose to fight on the inside. Terrell using that long pole-like jab, popping Moore's back and then tying him up. Anytime Moore gets too close, and Terrell's being cautioned about pulling on Archie Moore's neck, a tactic he learned from Ali, that Ali used on him. Again, a lot of mauling and brawling here. It's been a sloppy fight here. 1-2 missed, and there's the counter by Archie Moore. 1-2-3. Terrell comes right back with an uppercut. And both fighters exchange. Moore got the better of it. Terrell felt those blows, starts to back up just a bit. 15 seconds left in round number 2. Both fighters throw and miss. 5 seconds, and the bell, and Archie Moore lands a solid right hand at the bell. A good comeback round for Archie Moore. He was able to get in his punching distance, which is fairly much on the inside. Rolled with a lot of those Ernie Terrell counter punches, and then tagged him. A good round for Archie Moore. In fact, that right hand might have rattled Terrell. That is a 10-9 round for Archie Moore, in my opinion. I have the fight dead even. And here at ringside, we see another illuminary, Andre Ford. Hope all is well, Andre. Here at Yankee Stadium, watching the fight. Let's go to Don Costa's scorecard for Title Bout Championship Boxing, unofficial, of course. 10-9 for Archie Moore. He has it 19-19 after 2 pugilistic rounds. We go to the Moore corner, and Gil Clancy very happy. Al Braverman very happy. Braverman, a little light and swell work around Moore's eyes. Nothing to really report there, though. I think it's more precautionary. Clancy's just, now you're loosening up. Now you're loosening up, Archie. We go over to the Ernie Terrell corner, and Freddie Brown and Tommy Gallagher. Freddie Brown says, you gotta let your hands go, Ernie. You gotta let your hands go. Work off that jab. Tie him up on the inside. Hold him and hit him. Hold him and hit him. Don't let him get his punches off. Punch stat numbers before we go to round number 3. Archie Moore, good comeback round. 18 punches landed, much better than the 6 he landed in the prior round. Terrell landed 11, but again, nothing on those blows by Ernie Terrell. Really nothing much. 10-9 round for Moore. We prepare for round number 3. Moore's off his stool, Terrell's off his stool, and here's the bell for round number 3. And again, now, Terrell really trying to keep distance. Trying to use that pole-like jab, but Archie Moore gets in, throws a 1-2, slides to the left, dips to the right. Misses with that right hand, and he's countered with 2 jabs by Terrell. Terrell really trying to use that jab. Another 2 jabs, popping Archie Moore in the face. The old mongoose could not avoid those punches. He gets on the inside, Terrell ties him up. Terrell gets room again. Terrell trying to keep range with the pole-like jab. Moore dips in, up to the head with a hook, down to the body. Moore missed with those blows. A right hand, a counter right hand by Ernie Terrell. Moore comes back with a right hand. Both fighters exchanging toe-to-toe in the center of the ring. Now Terrell again wants space. He ties up as Archie Moore bores in. 15 seconds. Moore works on the inside, lands another shot to the jaw, digs to the body, missed with that right hand. There's the bell. A very close, hard-fought round. Terrell stood a little more toe-to-toe than I thought. They wanted to stay on the outside and work behind that pole-like jab. Good round. I give that 10-10 even. 10-10 even. So after 3, I have it all evened up. 1 round Terrell, 1 round Moore, and 1 round even. That was a tough round to score, folks. Let's go to the unofficial scorecard. And Dan Koss has it, 10-9 for Archie Moore. He gave the slight edge to Moore. I guess on the punching power, I could see that too, but I just gave it 10-10. I thought Terrell held his own. Again, not a lot of pop in those fists of Ernie Terrell. We go to the Archie Moore corner. Gil Clancy saying, and Archie Moore's fighting as a slugger. Terrell has a little more trouble with a slugger. And Gil Clancy's telling him, don't let him tie you up on the inside. Work that free hand. Pay no mind to the referee, just work that free hand. Braverman, a little grease around Moore's eyes. We go to the Terrell corner with Freddie Brown. And Freddie Brown says, when you worked off the jab, it was excellent. When you let him get inside, he roughed you up and he nailed you. Stay on the outside. Let's win a points decision. Punch stat numbers. This will be interesting. Let's see how the punch stat. That's 24 punches. So Archie Moore was in a pretty good rhythm. He landed 24 punches. Ernie Terrell landed 26. I gave it an even round. I feel justified in it without seeing the punch stat numbers now. And again, Terrell worked a lot off of his jab through some countering crosses and a couple of combinations. And on the inside, he hit Archie Moore with some uppercuts. Moore threw everything at Ernie Terrell. So we prepare for a pivotal, in my opinion, round number 4. Bobby Cantilano is at ringside here at Yankee Stadium. Andre Ford said he's doing well, Al. Thanks. Everyone's saying hello to Bobby. And we prepare for round number 4. Moore versus Ernie Terrell. Moore on your left, Terrell on your right. There's the bell for round number 4. Moore and Terrell meet in the center of the ring. Moore throws punches and misses, and Terrell quickly counters, and that was a left hook countering. Moore does get through with the 1-2. Didn't score hard, but he got through. Terrell trying to stay on the outside with that pole-like jab. Moore trying to crowd him. Terrell ties him up, pushes him back towards the ropes. Now lets him go, and now gets distance once again, pawing with that jab. Archie Moore's punches fall short, and Terrell makes him pay with a 1-2-3. Archie Moore again misses, and again Terrell makes him pay with a counter left hook. A minute to go. Moore leaps in with a left hook on Terrell's jaw. Terrell absorbed it well. Moore jockeying for position on the inside, lets his hands go, digs 2 to the body, and then up to the head. 24 seconds. Ernie Terrell comes back with a 1-2, another 1-2. Terrell going to try to steal the round here. Moore comes back with a right hand, and there's the bell. Ernie Terrell rallied late in that round, and I believe he stole it. The harder punches were from Archie Moore. Not tremendously harder, but he has a little more zip on those punches. But Ernie Terrell outworked him. And it could be to a detriment of Ernie Terrell. He's staying in that punching zone of Archie Moore a little too long. I'd give that 10-9 to Ernie Terrell and have Terrell up by 1 round after 4. Let's go to the Koss scorecard for Title Bout Championship Boxing. Don Koss has it 10-9 for Terrell, and he has it all even. Remember, I gave the 3rd round even, where he gave it to Archie Moore. So that's the 1 round we have in differential. We go to the Archie Moore corner. And again, Gil Clint's saying, don't let him tie you up. Don't let him tie you up, champ. You're doing good. You look beautiful. Let's dig a little more to the body. We got a big tree in front of us. Let's chop him down. We quickly go to the Ernie Terrell corner. Freddie Brown's happy with his fighter. And he must only be imagining if his fighter had any punching power, the damage he could have done to Archie Moore in that round. Keep working off the jab, Ernie. Keep working off the jab. Keep distance. Keep distance. Tie him up on the inside. Rip that uppercut between his defense. Punch that numbers before we begin round number 5. It's been a good fight. The fans here at Yankee Stadium are enjoying it. And 18 punches landed for Archie Moore. Punch of choice. He worked off the jab. On the inside, he threw hooks, short crosses, and combinations. He too landed 4 uppercuts. For Ernie Terrell, again, everything works off that jab. He landed 9 of them. And then the cross. So a lot of 1-2s there. And on the again, on the inside, Terrell will hold and dig the uppercut to the chin. As the original Grognard says, a little under the weather, but doing well overall. Well, we hope you feel better soon, my friend. As we await the start of round number 5 here at Yankee Stadium, scheduled for 15, the winner advances to round 2 of our heavyweight tournament. This is bout number 26, I believe. Is it bout number 26? 26. That might not be right. It might be 27. I might have made a faux pas. Here's the bell for round number 5. Fighters meet in the center of the ring, and it's Moore who's first this time. He heeds the words of Gil Clancy. He's letting his hands go. Terrell again trying to stay on the outside, lands a 1-2. Moore gets on the inside, and Terrell grabs him like an octopus. The referee breaks him. Terrell works on the inside as they move away with the uppercut. Moore's punches fall short. Terrell looking to counter. Both fighters throw and miss. Moore is not in punching range. Terrell again keeping him away with the 1-2, but it does not land. Archie Moore in his crab-like defense gets on the inside. Now they tie up. Newman breaks him under a minute to go. a slow-paced, mauling, brawling round. And when it's not mauling and brawling, Terrell is keeping distance. And there's Archie Moore with a 1-2-3. Terrell comes back with a 1-2. 15 seconds to go here in round 5. Moore throws and misses. And there's the bell. Another close round. Another close round. I give it a 10-10 round. A 10-10 round. That round is even. Moore landed the harder punches. Again, they're not much harder, but you can see the effect. They seem harder. And the fans were all pulling for the old mongoose, it seems, here at Yankee Stadium. Seem to feel that Moore is throwing the harder punches. Let's go to the unofficial scorecard of Don Koss. And he gives it 10-10, an even round. So he has it at 48 apiece. I have Ernie Terrell up by 1 point. So again, the difference so far with myself and Mr. Koss is round 3. I gave it even. He gave it to Archie Moore. Though he did agree with me in round 5, 10-10. We go to the Archie Moore corner. And Moore's having, as I thought and as I predicted, a lot of trouble with the size of Ernie Terrell. Terrell's 6'6" and an 82-inch reach advantage and a pole-like jab and excellent defense. Clancy wants him to get on the inside and just stay there and work. Rough him up, back him up, bull him, brawl him, maul him. Again, even with that, Archie Moore is an excellent defensive fighter with his crab-like defense. And by that I mean his arms are crossed in front of him. And he rolls with the punches. Let's go to the Ernie Terrell corner. And Freddie Brown liking what he sees. He still wants Terrell to stay more at range. Terrell has held his own on the inside, though, with that uppercut. Again, not a lot of pop on it, but you get hit enough times on the schnauz or in the eyes, you're going to start swelling up and bleeding. No wear and tear for either fighter. Just the normal scrapes and scruffs, however you want to put it, in a pugilistic contest. Let's go to the punch stat numbers before we begin round number 6. And Archie Moore landed 12 punches. Ernie Terrell, again, landed 17. But there's no real oomph on his punches, or he would have won the round. I gave it 10-10. Cost, the unofficial score, gave it 10-10. Again, Moore was able to get on the inside. You can see that Terrell only landed 5 jabs. So there's a little more infighting than Terrell and his corner would like. But it was an even round. Very close fight as we move into round 6 here at Yankee Stadium, scheduled for 15. The winner advances to round 2 of our heavyweight tournament. Moore's off his stool, Terrell's off his stool, and here's the bell for round number 6. Fighters again meet in the center of the ring. And oh my lord, Archie Moore walked in to a hook! Holy cow!
3.
That is unexpected. Moore is up at the count
4.
of 3. He'll take the mandatory 8 count.
6.
Holy
7.
cow! Terrell caught him on the butt with that left hook. And now will Terrell go for it? Archie Moore's in cover-up mode. Terrell letting his hands go, but not landing. There's another left hook. Didn't have the same oomph. Another left hook by Ernie Terrell. He's just loading up on that left hook. He has an opportunity here. A 1-2 misses by Terrell. A 3-punch combination. Moore rolled with all of them. Ernie Terrell's opening up. He's landing. Moore still rocked. A minute to go. Moore has not thrown anything. Newman. Now a 1-2. As Newman says, show me something. Ernie Terrell misses with that hook and the follow-up jab. And now Moore lands a 1-2. Seems to get his feet back under him. And there's the bell as they tie up. Holy cow. Holy cow, Ernie Terrell, as Archie Moore was coming in, dipping out of that crab-like stance, coming up to throw his punch, Terrell countered him beautifully, and that's what Ernie Terrell is known for. Not for the power, but the counter-punching. He hit him on the button with that left hook, and down went Archie Moore only for a 3 count. He was up at the count of 3. Took the mandatory 8. And then Ernie Terrell, to his credit, God bless him, he went for it. He said this is his opportunity, not known for a big puncher. I know it says he has, 21 stoppages, but he was not a hard hitter. He went for it, and Archie Moore's been down before. Yvonne Durrell, in their first fight from Canada, had him down a gazillion times. Archie Moore came back to knock him out. So this is not anything different to Archie Moore. And in fact, he's smiling in his corner, though Gil Clancy and Al Braverman aren't smiling. And that is a 10-8 round, and the fans are in a frenzy here at Yankee Stadium. Unbelievable. 10-8 round for Ernie Terrell as he scores the knockdown. Wow. I'm in shock. I did not... Again, I told you, I thought Ernie Terrell, as much as I love the old Mongoose, I actually met Archie Moore at a Rocky Marciano function years ago in West Springfield, Massachusetts. Boxing function, raising money for scholarships for kids. Really nice guy. I mean, I don't think I met a boxer I have not liked. Very nice guy. He's passed away. He passed away in '98. That shows how long ago I met him. Really nice guy. So I'm in shock, but I just had the size. The size is too much. And Moore could still come back and win it. Let's go to the unofficial scorecard of Don Koss, 10-8. And Koss, I look over to him, his mouth is still gaping open. He cannot believe the shot that Terrell threw and landed. And down went the old Mongoose. We go to a very concerned Gil Clancy. Just saw his fighter drop for a 3 count. Archie Moore says, everything's all right, Gil. Everything's all right. I got him. Again, Moore showing that supreme confidence he always had. Not braggadocious like Muhammad Ali, just supreme confidence. And even with the knockdown, nothing out of the ordinary. Just the normal wear and tear of a pugilistic contest. He takes a swig of water, spits it out. We go to a very happy Ernie Terrell corner. But Freddie Brown is warning Ernie Terrell, don't get over-exuberant. Don't get over-exuberant. Do not get over-exuberant. Continue with the jab. Continue with the jab. And again, nothing out of the ordinary to report from the Ernie Terrell corner. Gallagher is working some slight end swell work on both eyes. And at ringside, we see Espo Strap Baseball Network, and he's giving us news. He's giving us news of his channel. He will be coming back as of February 1st. That's always cool. And remember to check out Espo Strap Baseball Network. Follow him on Twitter. And he'll be back on February 1st. So check him out. Always good to see our good friend, Mr. Esposito. Hope all is well with you and the family. Thank you for stopping by, my friend. Wonderful member of our community. He's been on a hiatus, as he stated, but he's coming back. I have a lot of fun watching his streams. All right. We move on to round 7. That was a wild round 6. Ernie Terrell is taking control of this fight. It's still close. Let's see what he'll do here. Oh, let's go punch stat numbers before we begin round 7. Moore landed 12. Ernie Terrell landed 24. The big one, the first one he really landed, that left hook counter, catching Moore walking in. And when you get hit on the button by a left hook, you usually go down. Even the great Rocky Marciano went down. He got up and never lost, but he did go down on 2 occasions. Once to Ezzard Charles and once to the man to our left, Archie Moore, in his last fight. He would come back to bludgeon Moore in 9 rounds and knock him out. We move on to round number 7. Let's see how Ernie Terrell will fight this. There's the bell, round 7. Again, Terrell's going to stay on the outside. He's going to fight defensively, take a little breather. He throws a 1-2-3, misses, and Archie Moore gets on the inside, and he lands. Moore pressing. And now Ernie Terrell lands a 1-2, trying to keep distance, but Archie Moore pressing. Terrell trying to circle in the center of the ring, using that jab. Trying to stay in the center of the ring. Back and forth goes Ernie Terrell, putting the jab out there, landing over and over again. Getting through Archie Moore's crab-like defense. Landing over again. 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, over and over again. Moore lands, but it's Terrell landing more over and over, as I keep saying. And now a big right hand staggers Ernie Terrell, and here comes Archie Moore. 30 seconds left in round 7. Moore felt those punches. Terrell felt those punches. They throw, they miss. Terrell comes back, and there's the bell. Terrell was boxing beautifully. And then, bada boom, Archie Moore let his hands go and nailed him with a right cross. Terrell buckled, but stayed upright, and then continued to work off his jab. Close round. I give it to Ernie Terrell, 10-9. I give it to Ernie Terrell, 10-9. Moore did land the harder punches, but I don't think it was enough to steal the round. Had he landed one last combination, and it was Terrell who landed his one last pity-pat 1-2. When I say pity-pat, they were good scoring blows. They were just nothing on it, but as you witnessed in the prior round, Ernie Terrell did drop Archie Moore. And it's funny because the left hook, again, on the button in that round, it's Moore providing a lot of the power because he's coming in and he's getting caught. So let's go to the unofficial scorecard. And he gives it 10-9 to Ernie Terrell also. So unofficially, Don Koss has it 68-65 Terrell. I have it 69-64 Terrell. We go to the Archie Moore corner. Gil Clancy said, that's the best right hand you threw. It really rattled him, Archie. Really rattled him. We need more of that. The tree's starting to go. The tree's starting to go. We're going to hear timber. We're going to hear timber. Braverman. Moore wants some water. Braverman obliges. Braverman says, you got him, champ. You got him. We go to the Ernie Terrell corner. Terrell has boxed to the best of his ability. Yeah, but the one thing that could really hurt Ernie Terrell, he's staying in the punch. He's staying in there a little too long. He's getting a little happy with his punches. He sees he can hit Archie Moore, and I think he's hitting him much better than he thought he was going to hit him. And he's staying in there to throw those couple extra punches. And Freddie Brown is begging him, please do not stay in there and throw those extra punches. That's how you got caught with that right hand. Stay on the outside, work the jab. He gets on the inside, tie him up, and use the uppercut. Let's go to punch stat numbers before we begin round number 8. Very exciting fight here from Yankee Stadium, scheduled for 15. Winner advances to the second round of our heavyweight tournament. Archie Moore landed 24 punches. Ernie Terrell, 37. Again, you can see the point totals on how they score it, though. It's not that big of a difference because Moore is landing the harder punches, but Terrell has been the busier fighter. Archie Moore, even though he's landed some good combinations throughout this bout, has not been in any type of rhythm. And boxing is all about rhythm, that dance. You have to be in that rhythm. Punch of choice. Look at the jabs. Terrell worked well off his jab, 10 of them. And then the crosses, 6, hooks, 7. He just let his hands go. But again, that could be to the detriment of Ernie Terrell. He is standing in the zone a little too long to the liking of Freddie Brown, his trainer, in his corner. We prepare for round number 8. Can the old mongoose turn the tail of battle? We shall see. The bell for round 8. Terrell meets Moore in the center of the ring, keeping his distance. Again, he's going to stay on the outside and use that jab. There it is, a 1-2, and he moves away as he made Moore miss, and he countered. Again, pawing the jab out there, hands held high for Ernie Terrell. Archie's got to work to that body. He tries, but Terrell just parries those blows away. A minute 30 to go. And there! Big punches landing on the inside. Terrell looks shook. Moore pressing. Terrell trying to keep distance. Again, Moore presses on the inside. Rips to the body, up to the head. And a 1-2 back from Ernie Terrell. Under a minute to go. Terrell misses with those shots. Moore boring in, landing to the body, up to the head. 30 seconds to go. Moore pressing Terrell back to the ropes. Terrell blocking those punches. There's the bell as they tie up. But it was a good comeback round for Archie Moore. He pressed, 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 pressed. He pressed, 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 pressed. He never allowed Ernie Terrell to breathe. And by the end of round number 8, he had Terrell's back to the ropes, working him over pretty good. I give that 10-9 Archie Moore. Let's go to the unofficial scorecard. Don Koss also gives it 10-9 Archie Moore. Bobby Cantillano says, take someone special to get me to listen to boxing. And Robert says, LOL, must be Al. Cool. Why, thank you. Let's quickly go to the Archie Moore corner. It's been a fun fight. Remember to check out Glory Days Boxing on Bleacher Bum's gaming channel. That's his card and dice boxing game, which I played 3 bouts over the weekend on my hiatus. I had a lot of fun with it. I can't wait to get the full game, as Anthony was kind enough to give me a demo, and I will be putting up a bout either this weekend or early next week, and I don't know who yet, because I'm having so much fun. I don't know who I want to pick. And I have some house rules, but if I do a video, I won't play with house rules. So I tweak games a bit to my liking, and this is one of my favorite. Glory Days Boxing just flows so cool with the dice, and I think the full game will have some strategy cards with it, I believe, and we'll learn more when Anthony goes on with ID Gesture, I think next week sometime. Alright, so back to the Archie Moore corner. Gil Clancy says that's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. Back them up, rough them up, beat them over and over again. The tree will go timber. Over to the Ernie Terrell corner, and Freddie Brown is actually admonishing Ernie Terrell, do not stand toe-to-toe. Use your jab, your height, your reach. He comes on the inside, tie him up, walk him back to the ropes, Ernie. Walk him back to the ropes, Ernie. You're a strong guy. Punch that, numbers. Before we begin round number 9, very good fight here at Yankee Stadium. Moore landed 18 punches, Ernie Terrell 11. Again, Moore did not land a ton of punches, but he landed the harder punches, forced the action, and won the round 10-9 in my eyes and Don Costa's eyes. We prepare for battle, and here's round number 9. There's the bell. Moore quickly off his stool to the center of the ring, trying to force Terrell back. Terrell trying to get a breather here. As he looks to be taking the round off, he wants to tie up Archie Moore, not moving a lot as both fighters, and there's Moore on the inside. He sees that Terrell doesn't really want to punch, and Moore's letting his hands go. Terrell trying to tie him up. Moore's thrown 2 good combinations here, and we have a minute 40 left in round number 9. Those punches missed by Ernie Terrell as Moore moved away. That counter right hand by Archie Moore misses. There's a 1-2 by Terrell. Moore missed, Terrell landed. Minute to go here in round 9. And another 1-2 by Ernie Terrell. He's starting to get in a rhythm here. Popping the jab. Moore comes right back with a 1-2-3. 30 seconds to go. Toe-to-toe they stand. Center of the ring. Now they move to the ropes. 15 seconds to go. There's that big left hook that dropped Archie Moore. Moore blocked it this time. And there's the bell. Close round, but I give it to Archie Moore. Both fighters seem to take a little breather there. And we will check the stamina before round 10. So that's 10-9 for Archie Moore. Both fighters took a little bit of that round off, and then Archie Moore decided he wanted to pick up the pace, and that's how he won the round. So that's a 10-9 round for Archie Moore. He wins the 9th in this announcer's eyes. We go to the unofficial scorecard, and that's Don Cost for Title Bout Championship Boxing, and he gives it to Archie Moore 10-9. He has it Ernie Terrell 86, Archie Moore 85. I have Ernie Terrell 87, Archie Moore 85, because I gave an even round in round 3. He gave it to Archie Moore. I think I might have messed up my score a little earlier on. So I believe I have it 87-85, 2 points for Terrell, but Moore seems to be coming on. We go to the Archie Moore corner. Gil Clancy likes what he saw. He says you wanted to take a breather, but you saw it. He wasn't going to punch. Good work, Archie. As the old mongoose, you're not going to fool the old mongoose. He knows all the tricks in the book. There's a reason why he knocked out 132 fighters. He was great, Archie Moore. And again, nothing out of the ordinary in the Moore corner when it comes to swelling, cuts. It's just the normal wear and tear in a pugilistic contest. Braverman is working the end swell a little bit and giving Moore some water. We move to the Ernie Terrell corner, and Freddie Brown is very concerned. The momentum that Terrell built in those middle rounds seems to go in bye-bye birdie. And he's imploring Ernie Terrell, work off your jab. 1-2 all day. Jab, right cross. Jab, right cross. Don't get left hook happy. Tie him up on the inside. Again, nothing to report out of the ordinary in the Terrell corner. Just the normal wear and tear in a pugilistic contest. Let's go to traits first and look at stamina. And both fighters are in still pretty good shape. In fact, Ernie Terrell has a little more. So maybe it's that confidence factor. Terrell not usually he could lack confidence in some of his bouts. Again, he just, maybe Archie Moore mentally has wore him down. Terrell really went for it when he dropped Moore in round 8. You'd think he would build off that momentum, but since then, he did win round 9, but he's lost rounds. Lost round. Well, that was round 7, excuse me, when he dropped him. I got my round card messed up. 7, 8, 9. And that's round 10. As we prepare for round number 10, let's go to the punch stat numbers. A way to mess up the scorecard, Al. Rounds-wise. Archie Moore landed 18 punches, pretty much a eclectic version of punches. He threw, and he was on the inside. He threw only one jab because he was on the inside, so it was a lot of short punches, good combinations for Archie Moore. And again, 17 punches landed by Ernie Terrell, but to me, Moore won the round handily, a slow-paced round. Ernie Terrell has no oomph on his punches. Again, it's funny, he dropped Archie Moore in the 7th, though. Caught him with a counter hook, walking in. We prepare for round number 10 as we approach the championship round soon. Bell for round 10, and Moore's going for the knockout, and Ernie Terrell wants to stand toe-to-toe with him. That's a bad mistake by Terrell. Moore lands and lands hard, and lands again. And Terrell trying to push back the old mongoose. Now Archie Moore ties up. A little mauling and brawling 2 minutes ago. Terrell lands a 1-2 from distance, and now again his pursuit towards Archie Moore. Misses with that big uppercut. But there's the 1-2 again by Ernie Terrell. No big oomph on it. Big uppercut misses again, and Moore counters him with an overhand right. Terrell felt those blows under him in to go. Archie Moore just outworking Ernie Terrell on the inside. This is not where Terrell wants to be 30 seconds ago. Terrell misses with a left hook on the inside. Moore tries to dig to the body. Terrell counters him, but Moore blocked it, and there's the bell. I do not agree with what Ernie Terrell did. I know they didn't tell him that in the corner. He went all out for the KO, and he stood toe-to-toe with Archie Moore. He tried to back Moore to the ropes. He was unsuccessful. By the end, he was pushed past the center of the ring, going towards his own corner by the old mongoose. Archie Moore, in my opinion, wins that round quite easily, 10-9. The tide of battle has turned for the old mongoose here at Yankee Stadium with 5 rounds to go. I don't know what Ernie Terrell was thinking. 10-9 Archie Moore. And Don Cost scores at 10-9. He has it even 95-95. I have it 95-94. 1 round for Archie Moore. The only difference, he had given round 3 to Moore. I gave it a 10-10 round. Other than that, we are in lockstep. We go to the Archie Moore corner. They're very happy. They think the tree's right about to go timber. They believe Terrell is wiltering under the Archie Moore Old Mongoose Express. Nothing, no cuts, no swelling out of the ordinary in the Moore corner. Very relaxed Archie Moore in his corner. He even makes Gil Clancy laugh. He must have told him a little joke there. Braverman gives Moore some water. Moore spits it out. We go to Ernie Terrell, and who's not relaxed is Freddie Brown and Tommy Gallagher in his corner. Freddie Brown, his exact words, "What the hell are you doing, Ernie? Stay on the outside, work the jab, work the jab." That the body work that Moore has put in could be, and he just started really working to the body a couple of rounds ago. Could be playing. It looks like it's paying dividends already. Freddie Brown wants Ernie Terrell to work from the outside. Let's go to the traits. Terrell's endurance, again, still good. In fact, he might be slightly ahead of Archie Moore's endurance. I think it's more of a mental thing, a confidence thing now for Ernie Terrell. Let's go to the punch stat numbers. 24 punches landed by Archie Moore, only 13 by Ernie Terrell. Again, the tactic he used was horrible. Why he came forward, I do not know. At ringside, Robbie Wartburg says that is a really good fight. It has been a very good fight, Robbie. I'm glad you're enjoying it. We move on to round number 11, the final third of the fight. 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Ernie Terrell's lead has evaporated. It's even on the Don Cost scorecard. I still have Terrell up by 1. And now, let's see if the old mongoose takes Terrell out to the shed, they say. The bell for round number 11. Moore quickly meets Terrell, and he lands a 1, 2, 3. Terrell is wobbled. Terrell standing toe-to-toe. He throws a hook. Moore continues to press forward, backing Terrell up, and again he digs to the body, up to the head. Terrell pushes Moore back, and he lands a 1, 2. Under 2 minutes to go, center of the ring, and again Terrell lands a 1, 2, pushing Archie Moore back. He lands an the uppercut grazes, and Moore comes back, splitting the defense of Ernie Terrell, nailing him. Back and forth they go, center of the ring, exchanging punches. Moore getting the better of it. A minute to go here in round 11. Again, Ernie Terrell standing toe-to-toe. Now they tie up, maul and brawl. Newman breaks him. 35 seconds to go here in round number 11. Again, they tie up, maul and brawl. Newman breaks him. 15 seconds to go. Close round, but it's for Moore right now. And, Ernie Terrell lands a footing left hook. And walking back to his corner is Archie Moore, blinking his eyes. A good left hook by Ernie Terrell. Obviously, Moore took it much better than the one that dropped him. As they stood toe-to-toe, and it is an even round in my opinion. Moore landed the harder punches. As Andrew McDonald is here at ringside, he said, this could be it. I thought it could be it also. I am not agreeing with the Ernie Terrell tactic. He has it in his mind he's the bigger, stronger man, not the bigger puncher. But he has dropped Archie Moore. And that's a 10-10 round. He rallied enough, Ernie Terrell. I thought Moore was going to steamroll him. But Ernie Terrell reached down and imposed his will on Archie Moore, his 6'6" frame. And 215-pound body against the 185-pound Archie Moore. Wow. It's been a heck of a fight here at Yankee Stadium. Don Cost scores it 10-10 as I see it. He has it 105-105. I have it 105-104, Ernie Terrell. As we prepare for round number 12, you cannot ask for anything more than this. We go to the Archie Moore corner, and Gil Clancy and Braverman, they're in shock. They thought that the old mongoose would have chopped the tree down by now. I truly believe this. Again, if you have just joined us in the beginning, I gave Ernie Terrell a slight favorite, and the betting public gave him a slight favorite. It's his size and his defense and his jab. I totally disagree with the way he's fighting right now. Had I been able to control his strategy, he'd be fighting on the outside offensively. But he's still toe-to-toe, both men banging away. And they say, Archie, do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. We got 4 rounds. 4 rounds to move on to round 2 of this tournament. And again, at the end of that round, Ernie Terrell landed a pretty good thudding left hook. The punch that dropped Archie Moore back in round 7. For a 3 count, Moore took the mandatory 8. We go to the Ernie Terrell corner. It's been a slobber knocker here at Yankee Stadium. And really, Terrell's not a big puncher. No, again, the normal wear and tear of a pugilistic contest in the Terrell corner. And Freddie Brown and Tommy Gallagher again going, what the hell you doing, Ernie? Stay on the outside, work the jab. But Terrell, let's see, he paid any attention to them. He wants to impose his will. We shall find out what will happen. Let's go to the stamina check. And Archie Moore is beginning to wear down. And Ernie Terrell has a slight bit more stamina. Maybe this strategy will work for Ernie Terrell. Robbie Wartburg gives it a 10-10 round also at ringside. What about here? What about? punch stat numbers before we start round number 12. Archie Moore landed 24, and Ernie Terrell only landed 19, but his scoring blows were so convincing, myself and Don Koss and Robbie Wartburg gave it a 10-10 round. So here we go, round number 11. The title bout scorecard with Don Koss has it dead even. I have Ernie Terrell still up by 1 point. The bell for round 11. The old mongoose off his stool quickly goes to the center of the ring. And again, Ernie Terrell decides he's going to stand toe-to-toe. I can't believe this. Terrell lands a 1-2-3, really nothing on those punches. Moore looking to parry and counter, and now Terrell ties him up on the inside. I guess this is going to be the strategy. Get his punches off and then tie up Archie Moore. Again, he ties up Archie Moore and pushes him away and lands a 1-2. So it's going to be clutch, grab, and punch, repeat, and rinse. For Ernie Terrell, a minute to go, and Terrell repeat and rinse. Clutch, grab, and punch. And he does it again, a 1-2-3. It's been all Ernie Terrell this round. He's imposing his size and his will. Left hook missed there by Terrell. And now, finally, Archie Moore lets his hands go on the inside. Terrell felt those blows, comes back with a left hook of his own. And there's the bell, and Terrell lands at the bell. And Terrell goes back to his corner a little slow. He won that round, in my opinion, quite impressively. And he's doing it with just his pure size. Not a lot of punching power. I mean, again, he's a big man. The punches, you're going to feel them. But he imposed his will on Archie Moore, the old mongoose, in that round. I give that round number 12, 10-9 to Terrell. I have him up 2 points. Let's see what Don Koss has. It's shocking to me. But again, if you joined us early on, I made Terrell the favorite, a slight favorite in the betting public. Unofficial scorecard, Don Koss, 10-9 Terrell. He has Terrell up 115-114. I have Terrell up 115-113 again. I gave an even round back in round 3. He gave it 10-9 to Archie Moore. A close fight. A heck of a fight here at Yankee Stadium. Robbie Wartburg scores it 10-9 for Terrell for round 12. I'm in agreement with Robbie. And now there's a lot of concern in the Gil Clancy and in the corner with Gil Clancy and Al Braverman. And even the old mongoose. Archie Moore never got in a rhythm in that round. Ernie Terrell basically did a Gianfranco Rossi, a junior middleweight out of Italy. A good athlete, not a big puncher. Had decent boxing ability. A so-so chin. He won the title twice with the tactics of jab, clutch grab, and punch. Walk your opponent back to the ropes. And he did it rinse and repeat over and over again. And he beat some damn good fighters doing it. Now, he couldn't beat Donald Curry. He knocked him down like 7 times. He got up every time and he got TKO'd. I'm trying to think. Yeah. He stopped it on his stool. But he would come back later on. He beat Darren Van Horn to regain the junior middleweight title. But yeah, it's clutch, grab, and punch. Very effective. Very effective if you can do it, if the referee lets you do it. So Archie Moore, again, just the normal wear and tear of a pugilistic contest. Braverman, some light end swell work, and it's more encouragement coming from Clancy and Braverman. Saying, you got to take these 3 rounds, champ, or knock them out. You're down, you're down. And here come the championship rounds, 13, 14, and 15. And round 13 is called the hard luck round. Just ask Jake LaMotta when he fought Sugar Ray Robinson for the last time. Robinson stopped him in round 13. We go to the Ernie Terrell corner. We eventually go to the Ernie Terrell corner. And finally the screen goes away. Don't lock up on me now, game. And Freddie Brown says, I see what you're trying to do, Ernie. You better do it to perfection. You got to tie him up. If this is what you want to do, we'd rather have you fight on the outside with the jab. Ernie Terrell says, I can impose my will on him. And he's telling him, go for it then, Ernie, go for it. Let's go to the traits, and he has worn down Archie Moore. Ernie Terrell has worn down Archie Moore, so Ernie Terrell will have a little more in his tank for these final 9 minutes of boxing. So the Terrell strategy of leaning and backing up and mauling and brawling and clutch grabbing and punching has worked. He has worn out Archie Moore. But the old mongoose has plenty of tricks up his sleeve. That's why he's called the old mongoose. We prepare for round number 13, the championship round. Round 13, the hard luck round. Here's the bell. Moore off his stool, center of the ring. Ernie Terrell meets him. And Terrell is now going to work behind the jab. 1, 2, 3. Pops it 3 times in Moore's face, keeping Moore off balance. And Moore is tired. So Terrell's going to try to work the jab from the outside. Moore leaps in with a combination and moves away. He scored quite well there. 2 minutes to go. Again, both fighters looking to take a round off here, trying to catch their breath. Moore throws and misses, and he's countered. A nice 1-2 by Ernie Terrell from distance. Terrell keeping distance with that big jab. And as I say that, Moore is able to slip in on the inside, lands to the body, up to the head. That stung Terrell, and now Moore taking advantage of it. Lands again. Under a minute to go. Moore trying to steal the round here. Moore letting his hands go. Now Terrell comes right back. They're standing toe-to-toe, center of the ring. Both fighters throwing, both fighters missing. 10 seconds to go. It's a toss-up round here. There's the bell as they maul and brawl near the ropes. I give that round. Archie Moore landed a one solid combination. I see it as an even round, though. Oh my God, I've scored 3 even rounds, but that's the way I see it. That's the type of fight it's been. Ernie Terrell trying to conserve some energy, try to stay on the outside and pot shot Archie Moore. I see it 10-10, and we have 6 minutes to go. Let's go to the Don Cost scorecard. He gives it 10-9 Archie Moore, so that big combination swayed him. He has it dead even. 124, 124. I have it 124, 123. Ernie Terrell, 1 point difference. It's going to come down to these final 6 minutes, and it's nail-biting time. Nail-biting time. We go to the Archie Moore corner. Gil Clancy says we need these 2 rounds and we need them big. Braverman repeats basically what Clancy says, with both very emotional men in that corner. And you can see a little concern on Archie Moore's face. He says, I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. And they say, we know, champ, we know. It's amazing. Just, again, it seems like for both fighters, just the normal wear and tear, nothing out of the ordinary. We go to the Ernie Terrell corner, and they're basically telling the same thing. You need these final 6 minutes. The fight's up for grabs. We have it dead even. Let your hands go. If you choose to fight on the inside, clutch, grab, and punch. Do not let him throw punches. Smother him. We'd rather see you from the outside, work behind the jab, but you do as you see fit. I think they're saying that begrudgingly. And let's go to the traits. Archie Moore is fighting on guile, heart, and intestinal fortitude. And now Ernie Terrell is also going to be fighting on heart and fortitude. So who's going to dig down deeper? We shall see. In this final 6 minutes of boxing, round 14 approaches. Fighters are off their stool already. Archie Moore landed 18 punches. Ernie Terrell landed 21. I gave it an even round. Don Cost gave it 10-9. Let's go to the chat. Robbie Wartburg gives it 10-10. And it comes down to these final 6 minutes. A tremendous bout here at Yankee Stadium. Both fighters want to advance in our prestigious heavyweight tournament. They want to get to that round 2. And here's the bell for round 14. And Archie Moore's going all out, and Ernie Terrell will meet him. Billy Goat to Billy Goat, center of the ring. And Ernie Terrell rips off a 4-punch combination, pushes Archie Moore back, and again clutch, grab, and punch. He lands 2 quick punches. And he tries to walk Archie Moore back to the ropes. Moore will have none of it. He breaks. Moore hasn't landed anything. A lot of mauling and brawling in the center of the ring. Terrell looking to counter. Pushes Moore back. Moore throws punches, but Moore does not land. And countering him is Ernie Terrell. It's all Ernie Terrell. Again they tie up. Terrell tries to move Moore back. He says none shall pass. And he digs to the body, up to the head. And again, 2 shots to the head by Moore on Ernie Terrell. Moore opening up with both hands now, trying to rally. 30 seconds to go. And a big right hand on the chin of Ernie Terrell buckles him. Terrell starts to back up. Moore pursues, and there's the bell as they tie up. And that punch, in my opinion, gives the round to Archie Moore. That was a big right hand. And to me, that was enough this time. And I give that round 10-9 to Archie Moore. It could be even, folks. But I give it 10-9 to Archie Moore. We have 3 more minutes in this pugilistic contest. This fight could be a draw. If it's a draw, they will fight over at a later date. Could be the big deciding factor. The knockdown scored, surprisingly, by Ernie Terrell in round 7. So let's go to the unofficial scorecard of Don Koss. 10-9 Archie Moore. He now has Archie Moore in the lead, 134-133. I have it dead even, 133-133. Again, the only difference we had, round 3, I gave even. He gave 10-9 to Archie Moore. So he has Moore up by 1 point, 3 minutes to go, 1 round left. The fight is up in the air. Gil Clancy says you need to win the round. You need to win the round and win it big. And there's some blood now. The first blood we have seen, a cut on the bridge of the nose. And that could be a factor. That could be a factor. Those final blows landed before Archie Moore landed that hard combination. So a cut on the bridge of the nose. And Braverman going max. He's going 8 out of 8 in his cut work. So finally, Archie Moore, skin, and we have a cut, and that's on the bridge of the nose, so it could affect his breathing. And it could actually drip down into his mouth. We go to the Ernie Terrell corner. As you can see, Braverman feverishly working on that cut, trying to do the best he can. There's only 3 more minutes in this fight. D. Scott Howard at ringside says, here we go, 3 minutes to glory. It'll be glory for one of these fighters, D. Scott Howard. Quite eloquently put by Mr. D. Scott Howard, the walking man from the Pacific Northwest. Ernie Terrell's corner. Very simple instructions Freddie Brown has given Ernie Terrell. You must win this round and win it big by any means necessary. And that is the final word. Both fighters are out of endurance. It's going to be heart, grit, and determination here. Punch stat numbers for round 14. Archie Moore landed 24, Ernie Terrell 19. Archie Moore landed the harder punches, especially that final combination really stunned Terrell. So let's see, with 3 minutes to go, I have the fight dead even at 133-133. The unofficial score for Title Bout Championship Boxing, Don Koss has it 134-133. The final 3 minutes. Who will move on to round 2 of our heavyweight tournament? Fighters come to the center of the ring. Randy Newman says, it's the final 3 minutes in a great fight. Touch gloves. God bless. And here we go, 3 minutes. Who will move on? We shall see. It's a very close fight. And Ernie Terrell, standing toe-to-toe, lets his hands go, pushes Moore's away. And again, Terrell lands a big shot. Moore's hurt. Moore comes back with a 1-2. Terrell trying to press. And now has his hands held high. He's not allowing Moore to punch on the inside, parrying away. And now clutch grab and punch by Ernie Terrell. It's been a big round for Ernie Terrell. Moore tries to rally back with shots to the head, digging to the body once again. To the head, back to the body. A minute 15 to go. Here in round 15. And my God, Ernie Terrell is opening up. Blood all over Archie Moore's face. And now he has some swelling under his eye. Ernie Terrell is going for it. He's beating Archie Moore, the old mongoose, like a piñata. Newman's looking in 20 seconds ago. It's been all Ernie Terrell. Now they tie up. Blood on the shoulder of Ernie Terrell from Archie Moore's face. There's the bell. Holy cow! Ernie Terrell poured it on in round 15. Swelling up Archie Moore, splattering that blood all over his face. You can see it on Ernie Terrell's shoulder when they ran that clinch where Archie Moore placed his head. And my God, could that be enough? That was close to a 10-8 round. I will not give it 10-8. There was no knockdown. But Ernie Terrell, his strategy might have proved prudent the second half of the fight, especially the final third of the fight, where he stood in the zone, clutch, grab, and punch, try to walk Archie Moore back, used his 6'6 frame, 215 weight against Archie Moore. I give it 10-9, Ernie Terrell. I'm close to a 10-8, but I'm going to say 10-9. And I have Ernie Terrell winning by 1 point. Wow! The fans are in a frenzy, and a lot of them are in shock. Again, a lot of people bet Ernie Terrell, but I think they're still in shock. And again, it comes back to that knockdown in round 7, when Terrell caught Archie Moore coming in with a left hook on the button, down with the mongoose for a 3 count. Again, he took the mandatory 8. Holy cow! Let's go to the unofficial scorecard of Don Coss. He has it a draw. 10-9 Terrell. 143-143. Oh, the tension grows here at Yankee Stadium. The only difference I have with the Coss card, round 3 I gave even. Thus, I have it 143-142, Ernie Terrell. This has been an unbelievable pugilistic contest. As I take a sip of water, the fans are still in a frenzy. Both fighters give each other a hug, shake hands, congratulate one another. Moore goes to the Terrell corner and congratulates Freddie Brown and Tommy Gallagher. Terrell goes to the Moore corner and gives greetings to Clancy and Braverman. And back to their corners they go. We await the official announcement from Michael Buffer. And Moore, again, puffed up in the face, and that came in the final 6 minutes here. Blood from that cut. I give Ernie Terrell a ton of credit. He might be advancing. All right. Here we go. The scorecards have been collected and given to Michael Buffer from Randy Newman to Michael Buffer and to our ears shortly. The microphone has come down here in Yankee Stadium. Let's go to Michael Buffer for the call. Ladies and gentlemen, the judges have tallied their scorecards, and here is your decision. But first, a big round of applause for these two fine pugilists. Mickey Van of England scores about 143-142, Archie Moore. Larry Hazard of the United States scores about 142-142, a draw. Tony Perez of Puerto Rico scores about 143-142. Archie Moore! Archie Moore wins a majority decision. Unbelievable! Archie Moore is your winner by majority decision. And the old mongoose pulls through, even though Ernie Terrell had a huge 15th round. I can't argue with the decision. I had Ernie Terrell by 1 point. So, once again, Mickey Van of England, 143-142 for the old mongoose Archie Moore. Larry Hazard of the United States had it 142-142, the fight even. And then Tony Perez from Puerto Rico scored at 143-142 for Archie Moore. The majority decision, as 2 out of the 3 judges give it to the old mongoose. Unbelievable. I had scored it. I had it. 1 point for Ernie Terrell. So I had it 143-142, but for Terrell. But I cannot argue with this decision. 1 round goes the other way, and that's basically it. I gave a 10-10 round in round 3 and a 10-8 round. Obviously, everyone gave a 10-8 round, I would believe. We're going to look at that. If that's going to be travesty if they didn't give Ernie Terrell a 10-8 round when he dropped Moore for a 3 count in round 7. Let's go to the luminaries at ringside, and you have to be happy with this fight. D. Scott Howard says, great fight, Al. Could have gone either way. I agree. D. Scott Howard also says, I hope we have reasonable judges. Oh, as before, and we did. These judges were very reasonable. These are the judges we use. I've settled on these 3 judges for all the fights. That way, I used to switch them early on, but these are the judges we use. And if we might use, these are the judges. So, a fun fight. And Ernie Terrell goes over and congratulates Archie Moore. Archie Moore raises Ernie Terrell's hand. Ernie Terrell raises Archie Moore's hand. No animosity between these two fighters. It was a hard-fought fight. Again, will Ernie Terrell question some of his tactics, but they worked. They worked. I don't think he could fight the fight any better, whether on the outside. Maybe from the outside he scores a little more and gets hit a little less. Maybe not. The clutch grab and punch tactics did work of Ernie Terrell in the final third of the fight. So Archie Moore will be advancing. His record will now include the Sim victory over Terrell. He'll go to 187, 23-10 with 132 stoppages. And Terrell is out of the tournament. He'll be 46, including the Sim loss, 46-10 with 21 stoppages. But hats off to Ernie Terrell. No quit in Ernie Terrell. Andrew McDonald says, a really good one. Great job, Al. Thank you. Thank you very much. So let's go. You know what? I know we saw the judges' scorecards. Let's do this first, though. I want to see if they gave Ernie Terrell 10-8 in round 7. They didn't! Holy crap! That's the difference. Wow. I disagree with that. Holy cow. Rounds, let me make sure I have the right round, and I didn't. No, I have round 7. In round 7, let me make sure I have that right, and I'm not looking at the right. No, it was round 6. My faux pas. They did give 10-8. Okay, I was gonna say. So again, I messed up. When I messed up my scorecard, I went back to try to fix it. Right. So that's 6. It was round 6. So that's 7. I knew it looked weird, and then I tried to fix it, and I messed it up even worse. That's 8. I doubled up on 10. That's what I did. 10, 9, 10. Okay, so they did give a 10-8. All right, I feel better about it. So a hard-fought victory for Archie Moore, the old mongoose, and Ernie Terrell's out of the tournament. Overall, look, if you just go off I think these are punches, the punches landed and stuff, or the total points or something like that. Archie Moore, 428. Ernie Terrell, 426. That's points by punch, I think. That's incredible to me. Oh, that's the score of the round. I'm sorry, that's the scores of the round. Duh. So, wow, great fight. A sneaky great fight. All right, punches. Archie Moore landed 31% of his punches. Ernie Terrell landed almost 40%, which is really good on Archie Moore. Again, Ernie Terrell, good defense, scored the only knockdown. I guess you'd call him a tough luck loser, and he rallied to take round 15 big. Herb Pilgrim's at ringside. How you doing, my friend? Hope all is well. And she says, I'll watch this later. Oh, it was a great one. Fun fight. Ernie Terrell, again, wanted to work off his jab. He landed 103 jabs. Archie Moore had worked more on the inside, and thus less jabs. But Ernie Terrell landed approximately 21 punches per round. The old mongoose, 17. Ernie Terrell landed 321 punches. The jab. And he outlanded Archie Moore. There's going to be a lot of call that Terrell won a close. I had Terrell winning by 1 point. I don't feel unjustified. You look at these numbers. But again, I had him winning by 1 point. So Archie Moore wins by 1 point. You see a swing of a couple of rounds, and that can happen. I gave the even round. That was the big swing round, the even round in round 3. All 3 judges. Let's take a look at that again. All 3 judges in round 3, 10-9 Moore, Mickey Van. 10-9 Moore, Larry Ezzard. 10-9 Moore, Tony Perez. So there's the difference there. I gave it an even round. They gave it to Archie Moore close. What a fight. A majority decision win. And if you just joined us, I'll quickly give that one last time. So Mickey Van from England had it 143-142 Archie Moore. Larry Hazard had it 142-142 even. And Tony Perez had it 143-142 Archie Moore. He won by 1 point on 2 of the judges' scorecards. On Hazard, dead even fight. All 3 judges gave the last round to Ernie Terrell, but Perez, he gave the last 2 rounds to Ernie Terrell, but that wasn't enough. What a fight. So, I mean, Ernie Terrell did what he wanted. He worked off that jab. He just fell a little short. You got to say that was a tough luck loss. Could have went either way. So let's go to the luminaries at ringside. And it's just a really fun fight. Thank you to Herb Pilgrim. Thank you very much. Good friend of the channel and the community. Thank you to Robbie Wartburg. He says, nice fight, Al. Thank you. Thank you for joining us for this. Andrew McDonald said, as he said, really good fight. Thank you for joining us. D. Scott Howard, thank you very much. We had Bobby Cantilano. Thank you. Greatly appreciate it. We heard from Mr. Esposito himself, Espo Strat Baseball Network. That's Chris. He's coming back February 1st, so let's all give him a big warm welcome when he comes back. And glad he's coming back. He was always a member of the community. He was just in hiatus. Maybe we get him a chat with Al one of these nights. And who else? The original Grognard. Thank you very much. Check out that wonderful military strategy, sports strategy, space strategy, and women's wrestling with Face to the Mat from Play.com. Andre Ford, thank you. ID Gesture, check out his new series. He just interviewed Ron Juckett tonight from Retro Sports Network. And What's Blazing in Sports with T-Dub. Very successful weekend. A couple of last weekend for the Pacquiao fight. I think it was the last weekend. No, 2 weekends ago. Over 100,000 views on that. I was there moderating a bit, playing sheriff. It was a fun time. So hats off to T-Dub and What's Blazing in Sports. Now over 4,000 subscribers. Another wonderful member of our community. We have quite an eclectic community. And all are welcome. Even those who don't originally want to be part of it, you're still welcome. The door is open. All right, so thank you very much. Robbie Wartburg says, you're welcome, Al. Good to see you live again. Well, tough stuff going on with my dad's health, so this helps me relax a bit. Alrighty, let's update the records. If I click finish, let's go to, I don't want to click finish. Go to fighters, let's update the records to include the sim. Once again, Archie Moore now is, this includes the sim. 187 wins, 23 losses, 10 draws, 132 stoppages. Ernie Terrell now falls to 46 wins, 10 losses, no draws, and 21 stoppages. Archie Moore moves on, and let's show you, because I always forget to do this. And let's just give you the next fight. I know no one wants to listen to me anymore, but if you want, I gotta get to my spreadsheet. So bear with me a moment. Okay, we got the spreadsheet up. I think I've reset this after our wonderful Windows 10 updates from 2 weeks ago that foobarred everything. And let's go here, double click on that. That's good. Let's do this. And let's fit to screen. Here we go. Alright, so this is our handy dandy spreadsheet. Crap, I don't want that. That wrong. Alright, so our next fight, so Archie Moore beats Ernie Terrell. Our next fight will be Vitali Klitschko against the Russian Giant, who I'm going to horribly mispronounce his last name. It's Valuev, which is the proper pronunciation, but during the fight I have to really concentrate on that. Nikolay Valuev, who, look, he is huge. He literally is a giant, over 7 feet tall. And then we have Ali versus Bone Crusher Smith. And then Tommy Burns, Ray Mercer still out there. Roland Lastarza, contender from the 50s versus Oliver McCall. Bob Fitzsimmons versus Buster Douglas. John Ruiz versus Jack Dempsey. Dempsey should steamroll the Lawrence, Massachusetts native. I hope John Ruiz has a good showing, though. Tim Witherspoon, Mike Weaver. Jimmy Ellis, Cleveland Williams. Michael Spinks, Riddick Bowe. That's going to be from Yankee Stadium. That could be an interesting fight. Max Baer versus Oscar Bonavena. That's another good fight. Trevor Berbick, Tommy Morrison. Carl the Truth Williams versus James J. Corbett, the man who defeated John L. Sullivan for the heavyweight title in the first gloved heavyweight title match from Marcus of Queensberry Rules. Donovan Razor Ruddick versus Marvin Hart. That's an old school fighter, Marvin Hart. And Ronaldo, Mr. New York, Mr. Snipes versus Hasim Rotman. I might sim a couple of these in the night. Like, I'll show you the results. Then again, I might not. I was thinking about that, and I said, let me just do the fights. So I could go with Ali Bone Crusher Smith next. I don't think that's a good fight. I think it's either a lopsided decision. In my hope, there'll be a stoppage. So we are down to that was bout number 26. So we have 14 more to go, and round 1 is complete on our first 40 fights, and then we'll again have a random draw. We might tweak it a bit because we're going to try to keep fighters who actually fought in real life apart. We don't want to see that. Eventually it might come down to it and we have nothing we can do about it. So it's been a lot of fun. And that is it, my friends. So thank you very much. Have a good night. And we just showed a little bit of our spreadsheet. Oh, Robbie Wartburg asks, how did you select the fighters for this? I just picked fighters I like. I'm a big boxing fan. I did miss a couple of fighters. I was going to add them in. I was like, I missed Tony Galento. I missed the modern heavyweights. How, I don't know. I wanted Anthony Joshua and I still might do a wild card thing. I wanted Anthony Joshua in there. I wanted Tyson Fury in there. Obviously, Deontay Wilder. I like Wilder. Big Wilder fan. And I wanted Galento because he had beaten in our Battle of the Hookers, as we call it, the Battle of the Bangers. He beat Gerry Cooney, and I put Cooney in. I forgot, in my excitement of doing the tournament, I forgot two-ton Tony Galento, who lost his title bid to the great Joe Louis, one of my all-time favorite fighters. Joe Louis doesn't get enough credit. Joe Louis, I mean, again, hats off to obviously Jackie Robinson, don't get me wrong, but Joe Louis was a huge pioneer in race relations. And again, unfortunate, we shouldn't even have pioneers in race relations. Judge people the way, good or bad, the way they are. But Joe Louis does not get enough credit, in my opinion, for a lot of things that he did great as a human being. That's just my opinion. And you know what? I'm right. I'll stick to those guns any day of the week. What's been our big upset here? Our big upset, and it was a fun fight, Primo Carnera made Jim Jeffies basically quit when he won on DQ. I'm a big Primo Carnera fan. Again, people, the fights were thrown, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, his earlier fights, some of them are thrown. I get that. Were fixed, unbeknownst to him. Other than that, I mean, again, watch video footage of him fighting Joe Louis. And Joe Louis beat him, but, the guy had some talent. And if they actually trained him properly and didn't rob all of his money, he made his money when he came back wrestling. Died of cancer later on in life. So we've had some good fights here. But that's how I picked them. Just fighters I liked, And again, I might do a wild card thing, but those fighters, if I do a wild card thing, are going to kind of luck out because they're going to be in round 2. But what the hell? It's boxing. I can do whatever the hell I want, right? Ron Lyle and Floyd Patterson was a good fight. And I had Lyle. I picked Lyle in the beginning. I do these all live. I don't know. See, I'm holding off on the Ali Bone Crusher Smith fight because that fight's going to... I don't think it's going to be a good fight. I hope Ali overwhelms him, sort of like against Cleveland Williams he did at the Houston Astrodome in the early 60s. I'll tell you what I think is going to be good fights coming up. This was a good fight. I forgot to mark. I got to mark that after that it's been fought. I think Max Baer, Oscar Bonavena is going to be a good fight. I think Michael Spinks Riddick Bowe will be a good fight for as long as it lasts. I think Bowe will have an advantage. They're bigger, stronger fighter. Cleveland Williams, Jimmy Ellis can be interesting. Tommy Morrison, it's funny, they never really fought. I double-checked Trevor Berbick and Tommy Morrison and Tim Witherspoon and Mike Weaver. And they never fought each other. I was surprised about that one. I thought Weaver at the end fought when they were doing the senior tour thing. I thought he ended up fighting Tim Witherspoon, but I don't believe so. I didn't see it on BoxRec.com unless my eyes played tricks way back when. But Tommy Morrison, Trevor Berbick could be fun. So I think I might go down in order, like right here, like I said. But then again, I might jump. I might want to Rolling the Stars or Oliver McCall intrigues me. I like this Jimmy Ellis Cleveland Williams fight. We might do that one next. I like Max Baer, Oscar Bonavina, but I always like Cleveland Williams. And you can find fights of his on YouTube. So, alrighty, that's it, folks. As D. Scott Howard says, I agree about Joe Louis. Yeah, he does not get enough credit. You hear about a lot of different Joe Louis, and I'm going to do a stream on Joe Louis one of these days. To me, is the all-time greatest heavyweight. I get it, he got knocked out, and he fought in a different day and age. I love him. I love Rocky Marciano. It's just the tenacity of those guys. Again, Ali's great. Don't get me wrong. Not a big fan of Ali's. God rest his soul. I met him at a function. Again, I know he was ill. The people surrounding him were a-holes. Believe me, mega a-holes. Anyone who was with me that night, if you guys came with me, you'd say those guys are mega a-holes. Not Ali, the people around him, which gave off a bad aura. They were mega a-holes. I was so excited to see Muhammad Ali again. I was always a Joe Frazier fan. I met him. Wonderful guy. Joe Frazier, God rest his soul. Wonderful guy. Really cool. For the brief time I spent with him. Michael Moore I met. 20 minutes I talked to him. Just one-on-one. Lots of fun. I had pictures with him. My God, I was young when I took those pictures. Oh, it's funny. I met a lot of nice boxers, and I just think Ali gets a lot. Again, great fighter. He brought boxing back. There's fights. Kenny Norton probably beat him 3 freaking times. Okay, and again, you can go through anyone's career. You could say possibly Ezzard Charles beat Rocky Marciano in that first fight. I have not seen enough film footage it was a close fight. Some people thought Ezzard Charles won. Marciano came back to knock him out in the rematch with a split nose. His nose split in half, and he knocked Ezzard Charles out. Again, the older fighters, I'm going to be honest, they would have trouble with modern heavyweights. This is a sim, so it sort of evens things out. People are like going, oh, Rocky Marciano would never beat David Tua. He's too big. Yes and no. David Tua, no matter how big he was, would stand there and let Marciano hit him. And you can look it up. They did that whole scientific thing, how hard he hit. Guess what? If he hit a giant, he would knock the shit out of him if he was able to hit him. Now, that being said, Marciano, Joe Louis would have tremendous trouble, and I don't like the Klitschkos. As boxers. I don't know them personally, obviously. Would have tremendous trouble with a 6'8" and 6'7" Wladimir and Vitali Klitschko with the way they fight. They'd fight from distance, Marciano would be an all-time great cruiserweight now who would have stepped up to heavyweight at some point to try to win a title. Joe Louis probably would have fought at heavyweight, possibly would have started at cruiserweight. But they don't get enough credit, especially, again, Joe Louis as a human being. He does not get another... Tyson versus Ali. Ali kills him. And I'm not, again... Tyson, then that's Jason Parker. Thank you for joining us. I think Ali wrecks him. Because Mike Tyson had a bully's mentality. When you stood up to him, not many guys did, but when Buster Douglas did it, he knocked the shit out of him. Holyfield out-bullied him twice. So bad that Tyson bit his ears. Tyson had a bad habit if he didn't get you early. Tyson did not work hard on the inside. Okay? He punched tremendously hard, had tremendous hand speed. I think Ali handled... Again, could Tyson hit him and hurt him? That's the question, Jason. Yes, and if that happens, then Tyson could knock him out. Henry Cooper had Ali out. Look at the first fight. Ali is knocked silly with a left hook. Lucky, again, Ali, it came at the end of the round. The bell rings. Look at that. Look up Henry Cooper, Muhammad Ali. That's why when they say, oh, Rocky Marciano couldn't beat Muhammad Ali, I don't know who wins that fight. They never fought. But don't tell me Ali couldn't lose. Henry Cooper dropped him and had him out. And then they pulled the whole Rick Glove trick in this corner, Angelo Dundee, to kill some time. Had that been with 30 seconds left, again, if the, as my dad would say, if the dog didn't stop to take a crap in the woods, would he cop the rabbit? You don't know. He stopped to take a crap in the woods. But had there been 30, 35 seconds left in that first Cooper-Ali fight, right? Henry Cooper knocks out Muhammad Ali, hands down. But there wasn't 30 seconds left in that round. Look it up. I'm not making this stuff up. You be the judge of it. Andrew McDonald says, I watched the Cooper fight the other day. The first fight, okay, Andrew, well, before we leave, give me your opinion of that knockdown. Ali was out on his feet. Out. He was done. Yes, Cooper was a bleeder, but I'm saying if there's 35 seconds left in that round, he possibly would have knocked out Muhammad Ali. That's the fun of it. But when people say, oh, Ali would beat this guy, Ali. Now, the thing why I think Ali would beat Tyson, again, could Tyson hit him and knock him out? Yes. Tyson hit very hard. But Tyson was not Joe Frazier. He didn't work on the inside. Go watch Joe Frazier fights. Now, again, I'm not Frazier might have trouble with Mike Tyson early. But if Tyson didn't get Joe Frazier early, Frazier probably would have wore down Mike Tyson. But the problem is Tyson would have the ability to get Joe Frazier early. Frazier had trouble with big punch. Everyone has trouble with big punchers. Yeah, Andrew McDonald says, yeah, he was out. Again, it's bad luck on it for Henry Cooper. But hey, that's part of boxing. Ali was great. Ali, I mean, what Ali did to Sonny Liston, he got in his head and he beat him beautifully. Sonny Liston, it's funny. I have done a lot of sims offline years prior with this. Sonny Liston gave Rocky Marciano the toughest time, and I always felt that. I remember when I used to just do little tournaments to see who'd fight who, and Sonny Liston beat Marciano 2 out of 3 times. Stopped him on cuts twice, and then Marciano knocked him out. But that was his tough fight, and that was his toughest opponent. Ali would have been tough, though. Ali's a great fighter. I don't want to say. I'm just saying when people denigrate older fighters from the 50s, they don't know what the hell they're talking about. You can say the size differential, and I'll agree with that, but don't tell me the Klitschkos are better heavyweights than some. They're not better heavyweights than some of the contenders of the 50s. They know how to use. They're good fighters. I'm not saying they wouldn't win. I'm just saying their size would be deadly against fighters from the 50s and earlier. They're just a lot of heavyweights are really big. No, I know what you meant, Andrew. And again, I'm just saying, and Ali came back, cut him up, Cooper and won the second fight. I'm just saying, so when people, Doug Jones rattled Ali, good solid light heavyweight and heavyweight, Doug Jones. And again, Ali was great. I'm not saying he's not great. I'm just saying, my God, they give Muhammad Ali all this credit, and he's great. They don't give Joe Louis enough credit. Okay. They denigrate Rocky Marciano all the time. I know why. It's because he's white. Let's not joke ourselves. Because he's white. But they denigrate Joe Louis, Rocky Marciano, a lot of fighters, older fighters. I mean, what would Sugar Ray Robinson do to some of these guys in his prime? And Sugar Ray Robinson at welterweight. Even at middleweight. And middleweight's not even his prime. He's past his prime at middleweight. And he's still great. He would destroy a lot of these guys, in my opinion. You know what he would do? You know what Sugar Ray Robinson, in my opinion, would do to Canelo? He would wreck him. He'd probably have a tougher time with Triple G, just because of the way Triple G fights, but he'd get him too. So. That's all. I like boxers now, too. I'm just saying. Everything, you know, no one knows the history. You watch some of these people talk, and like T-Dub knows history on What's Blaze Against Sports. But you watch some of these channels, my God. You see these channels about boxing, they get all these hits, and they're basically putting up, and God bless them, they're putting up footage, which is cool. I watch it. You know, I like watching the old footage. And they just, you know, blah, 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 blah. Like, this guy would beat this guy because of this. Why? Oh, I watched one thing. They showed Sugar Ray Robinson and Rocky Graziano, and they're telling you how great Robinson was. Well, hell, I already know how great Robinson is. And then the video was edited to take away when Rocky Graziano, the middleweight, knocked down Sugar Ray Robinson. And people would go say, oh, it wasn't a real knockdown. Well, he hit him on the side of the head, and Robinson went down. And if you find the Kurt Gowdy interview, Sugar Ray Robinson says, yes, it was a legitimate knockdown. And he says, had he caught me on the chin, I don't know if I would have got up. Now, again, Robinson was great, knocked out Graziano literally 35 seconds later. But, you know, you see, you edit the film footage, the video footage, because you want to make your point. Well, that's not, you don't have to do that with Sugar Ray Robinson. Just show the Gene Fulmer punch, and you've made your point. Just show the whole thing. See, if I had done that, I would have said, look how great Robinson was. He got knocked down. He came back literally 35, 40 seconds later and knocked out Rocky Graziano. People make me laugh. Why do you edit your video footage? And they have all the views and all the subscribers. And people are, you know, people are sheep. That's what it is. It makes me laugh. Oh my God. If you think that's, go look up the fight footage yourself. You can find the real fights. You don't have to look up someone who's edited the footage. And I don't understand why that channel does that. It's annoying. But they do it. God bless them. Anyhow, that's my little rant. Yes, I like the older fighters. I like the new fighters too. Same thing. People said the first Canelo Alvarez Triple G fight. Oh, it was great. That fight sucked. The second fight, which I didn't pay for, the first fight I paid for, that's why I'm bitter. The second fight I watched on replay on HBO. That was a very good fight. That was worth. I wish I had paid for that one. But anyhow, I don't know. I think. I just think Joe Louis deserves a lot more credit as a human being. You don't look up what Joe Louis did for the country, and it's just, you know, and the U.S. government screwed him over. The Internal Revenue Service with that bullshit tax. When he gave 2 of his purses, one to Army Relief and one to Navy Relief during World War II, and his accountant screwed up, didn't realize they had to pay taxes. He thought because they were donating it, they didn't have to pay taxes, and the U.S. government stuck it to him. Real good job, U.S. government. And it took Frank Sinatra, Max Schmeling, Lucas, the guy, what's his name? American Gangster. Lucas, what was his first name? I'm not condoning the stuff he did, the drug trade, don't get me wrong. Denzel Washington played him. I can't think of his name. Lucas, but all these people from all walks of life at the end helped pay off his debt. And it should never came to that. They should never done that to Joe Louis. You know, unbelievable. That's the U.S. government sometimes. The great Joe Louis. That's what they did to him. So I get a little animated or passionate when I talk about Joe Louis. And to me, one of the greatest boxers of all time. Unbelievable. So, and a better human being. And you can read things about him at the end. He had some dementia. That's at the end. You know, it doesn't make him a bad person. You know, people are like, oh, yeah, shut up. He was sick. Really? That's how you treat your elderly? Boy, I wouldn't want to grow old in your house. But those are, you know, modern day people, and that's your thinking. No loyalty. No loyalty. Anyway, I love Joe Louis. There, I said it. All right. Stream over. Frank Lucas. Yes. Connor, thank you. Again, I'm not condoning what Frank Lucas did. I'm just saying, look it up. Him, Frank Sinatra, Max Schmeling, a former opponent, and him and Joe Louis became fast friends. Sammy Davis, lots of people from the entertainment world, the sports world, we'll say organized crime, I guess. You know, that's all I'm saying. Andrew McDonald says, Paul Newman played Graziano. Yes, that was a good movie. Someone up there likes me. And basically, Rocky Graziano was an abused child. His father was an a-hole, beat the piss out of him, beat the piss out of his mother, beat the piss out of, trying to beat, you know, I think he had a sister too. I think. And basically what Rocky did was a buffer between him and his a-hole abusive dad. The movie really don't touch upon that. They kind of make the dad not as much as an a-hole, but I believe he was a mega a-hole, unfortunately. Rocky Graziano, the first time he made any money, real money, he had bought a Cadillac, he filled it up with toys, went down to his old neighborhood and gave out toys to all the kids. His manager and trainers go, what the hell are you doing, Rocky? You're not going to have any money if you keep doing stuff like this, right? And he says, I never had nothing anyway. These kids don't have nothing. I want to give them something. So, that's a true story. You can look that up, too. D. Scott Howard said, watch Marciano Dempsey on BBG today. Yeah, that was really fun. That was really fun. Good job by Anthony from Bleacher Bums Gaming. Next YouTube video was Rocky's mom on You Bet Your Life with Groucho Marx, asking if Rocky fought only stumble bums. Rock comes out from the wings. Very funny. D. Scott Howard says, my dad respected Joe Louis more than... Joe Louis was a great human being. It's just mind-boggling how people... I'm not trying to take anything away from Muhammad Ali. Okay, Muhammad Ali said horrible things about people. Okay? Yes, the Cubs, the Bears, I'm going to get to that point. And it pissed me off when I watched a thing and I thought ESPN did a disservice when they did the Greatest Sports Legends. It was, I get it, the son was explaining something. Not the son, I'm not talking about Joe Louis's son. The way they put it, you know, he was ill. And they kind of said it, but I didn't like the way they did it. That's all I'm saying. I didn't like the way they did it. And I like ESPN. My brother-in-law works there. I don't like some of the people they have there. My God, just talk sports and shut the hell up. But don't give a shit about your other opinions. I go there to get away from that crap. That's all. And the Cubs, the Bears says, dementia is not stigma. It happens especially to athletes. My hero, Gale Sayers, has dementia. Doesn't detract from his life or accomplishments. Here, I'm in agreement. You know, Muhammad, the things he called Joe Frazier, look it up. It's horrible. And Joe Frazier helped him get his boxing license back. Now, I know Joe Frazier won the big fight, but Joe Frazier gave him money. Joe Frazier, it just pisses me off. I met Joe Frazier. I always liked Joe Frazier. I had nice interaction with Joe Frazier. Very nice man. God rest his soul. I thought it was funny when he said they let him light the torch. I would have pushed him in. I laughed. And people got mad at Joe Frazier. I'm like, really? Go back and look at the history. If you were in Joe Frazier's shoes, I expect you to say the same thing. You know, but the awful things Ali said about Joe Frazier. Joe Frazier had a tougher life than Muhammad Ali did in any aspect of their early childhood. A sharecropper's son. And look up what a sharecropper means if you don't know what that is. Look up. Muhammad Ali grew up in a middle-class neighborhood. Now, grant you, segregated, which is bullshit. I don't agree with that. I'm just saying he grew up better than Joe Frazier. And it's just mind-boggling to me. Again, Ali, great fighter. Did nice things. He did really nice things, too. I'm just saying, I was not a big Muhammad Ali fan. And then when I was at a function, I know he's ill. It had nothing to do with him. I'm very sour on the people he had around him. They were very rude. My God. And if those are the people you have around you, mind-boggling to me. Mind-boggling. I wish I had video footage to explain what I'm saying, and you would agree with me. One, they said no pictures with Ali, and I said, fine, that's cool. But because of my skin color, I could not take a picture. Other people with a different pigmentation were allowed to take pictures. Well, how does that make me feel? I didn't do anything wrong to anybody. And you know what? I was glad I didn't have a picture with him. And after that, I could care less. I didn't want anything ill about my, I didn't want, I wished him well in my mind. I said, but you know what? If you surround yourself with a-hole human beings like that, that says a lot about, and again, he was ill. Maybe I can't believe that you to turn away people because you're white. And then if you're not white, he took a picture with you. And that's fact, my friend. That's fact. I was there. It happened to me. No one reported it, though. It was pretty funny. Pretty funny. So you know what? Joe Frazier, a gent of a human being. Archie Moore, a gent of a human being. Vito Antifermo, a gent of a human being. Michael Moore, a gent of a human being with the public. And all the other boxers. Marlon Starling. George Chuvalo was hilarious. Though he didn't interact. He just did his thing and then he was done. But he was funny. Willie Pep was quiet. He was old, though. Best, oh my God. Emmanuel Stewart, God rest his soul. Emmanuel Stewart was so nice. Man, I cried when he passed away. I got pictures with him. He was such a nice guy. Yeah, I get it. They don't know me, Connor. But they didn't know the other people either. So if you're going to, that's fine. I'm just saying. It doesn't make you feel too good. I didn't do anything to them. I didn't do anything. You know what I do? I get up and I go to work. I take care of my dad with cancer. That's what the fuck I do. So, Connor, how would you feel if you went up to get a picture with someone and you're told no pictures, and then someone who's green can take a picture, but you're blue and you can't take a picture? How would that make you feel when you did nothing? I'm just curious, Connor. Again, I had nothing to do with whatever happened to him in the past, present, anything. I just intermingled with him on that function. A function to raise money for underprivileged students, a Rocky Marciano function, to raise money for underprivileged students so they could go to college. Carmen Basilio, love Carmen. He was supposed to go there, but he never made it. That would have been cool to me. He has funny stories. Him and Gene Fulmer. Gene, you got to look up when Gene Fulmer got knocked out. When Gene Fulmer got knocked out, you didn't have to retract your messages, Connor. Your messages were fine, my friend. I'm just saying, how would you feel? That's all I'm saying. I didn't do anything wrong. Year after year I went to that function. So, I mean, if I did something wrong, I could see. If I said something bad, I could see. But again, things work both ways, people. Things work both ways. You don't get both ways, believe me. So, yeah, Carmen Basilio, really, really nice. He seems cool. He took forever to get a title shot because he wouldn't throw a fight. The Mob wanted him to throw a fight. Great documentary, Basilio versus the Mob. ESPN did that. It's like an hour and a half. He finally got a title shot because, holy crap, it's 12. He finally got a title shot. No one's going to watch this video because it's really long now, but I don't care. He finally got a title shot. His owners, the wrong terminology. His managers and handlers and the people who backed him finally paid off the Mob. Unbeknownst to him, he got a title shot. He won against Johnny Braxton, I believe is the name. And then they fought a rematch. He won again. They screwed him out of the decision. They fought for a third, I think it was their third fight. I could have that wrong. But he got screwed out of a decision. They fought again. I think it was their third fight. And Howard Cosell says, do you have any concern, Carmen, about the judges? And he looked at Howard Cosell, and Carmen Basilio was not a big puncher. He punched good, but was a big knockout puncher. He showed him his two fists. He said, these are my judges tonight. And he knocked the shit out of Johnny Braxton that night to regain the title. And people wondered why he wept and cried in joy. So then when he fought Sugar Ray Robinson the first time at Yankee Stadium and he beat him. You gotta look it up. Howard Cosell goes, Common. 9 out of 10 sports writers have you losing tonight. What do you say to that? He says, Howard, 9 out of 10 are wrong. I'll see you in the ring. And he walked away. Hilarious stuff. Andrew McDonald says, when I was in the Army, we were all green. And God bless you. Thank you for your service. Look up Gene Fullmer. I'll leave you with this. Look up Gene Fullmer when he fought. It's funny because he was, after he was okay. I mean, those guys took beatings, but he fought Sugar Ray Robinson, and he beat him, right? And he goes, it was the easiest fight I ever had. I roughed him up, and I won an easy 15-round decision. So in the second fight, he's actually fighting better, and he's putting more hurt on Robinson. And he goes back to his corner, and they go, Gene, you keep dropping your right hand. You're loading up. Just don't do that. Don't. He goes, I'm going to knock him out. I'm going to knock out Sugar Ray Robinson. And they go, Gene, just keep doing what you're doing. We're going to win an easy points win. Again, right? He goes, I'm going to knock him out. And that's the greatest left hook ever thrown. You can see the video. Robinson hits Fullmer right on the button. Fullmer goes down, gets counted out, right? So he's back in his corner. And, you can't use, it's called smelling salt. Smelling salt. It's against the rules now. It's basically to wake you up, right? And so they're giving him the smelling salt to make, he's in a daze. And he wakes up and he says, comes out of his, daze. He just got knocked out. And they go, he turns to his cornerman and goes, my God, Robinson's in great shape. Look at him. He's doing calisthenics in the corner because he's jumping up and down because he won the fight. He's celebrating with his corner people. And they go, Gene, they counted 10. And he looks at he's telling the story as an old guy, and he goes, so he does that motion like he looks at his cornerman, he goes, oh, I lost, huh? They go, yeah, they counted 10 on you. I don't know, I thought that was a funny story. Then Carmen Basilio, when he met, Gene Fullmer beat Basilio twice. And when they met at the later in life at the Boxing Hall of Fame, another funny story you can find. Again, they're old guys. I mean, they're old. And Basilio goes up to him and goes, to think, I was afraid of you in the ring. I think I could take you now. This is funny stuff. Alrighty, we're almost 2 hours in. It was a fun stream. Great match. Archie Moore, majority decision over Ernie Terrell. Let's bring this screen back up. And Archie Moore advances to the second round of the tournament. The old mongoose. He was cool. He was fun to talk to. Nuts. OBS is not cooperating with me. So that's it. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, jumped in late. Hope everyone enjoyed. Oh, that's interesting. Farm 1, thank you for stopping by, my friend. Connor, thank you for stopping by. You didn't have to retract your messages. They were perfectly fine. You were very respectful in your opinion. That's fine, my friend. Farm 1 says, good story. Basilio owned one of Buffalo's greatest bakeries. I did not know that. That was very cool. There's lots of good stories about Carmen Basilio. Lots of good story about a lot of boxers. And again, I'm not, when I say something, the way African-American, not just boxers, anyone, they're treated in this country is horrible, okay? But I didn't do that. Not me, I didn't do it, right? So I don't want to be judged for that, just like someone should not be judged for what someone else did, whether they're the same ethnicity, same color, same religion. It's mind-numbing to me, but whatever. Anyway, Archie Moore, the old mongoose, defeats Ernie Terrell. And no love lost between Ernie Terrell and Muhammad Ali, that's for sure. So, alrighty, that was a fun stream. We gotta do a boxing chat just about stories. And Deontay, I like Deontay Wilder. I like him. He's got to learn to punch a little shorter. I don't think it's tough to change him though. But anyway, that was a good fight. That was a fun heavyweight fight. Wilder and Fury. So, alrighty. Thank you, everyone else. Thank you. It was really, really, really fun. Chat. We had a good fight. A little fun boxing chat. Hope everyone enjoyed it. I told you about how passionate I am about Joe Louis and the older fighters. I like new fighters too, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying. Some of the things out here you see, they're good channels, but to me the best boxing channel out there is What's Blazing in Sports and T-Dub. He's very knowledgeable. And other channel, again, God bless him. You know, I watch them all. I enjoy them. I'm just saying, it's, you know, Joe Louis, one of the greatest Americans, human beings, period. I'll end with that. Health and happiness. Till next time, take care. Bye-bye. God bless. Watch out for that big left hook. That left hook that dropped Archie Moore, surprisingly, by Ernie Terrell, though Moore comes back to win a majority decision by 1 point on 2 judges' scorecards and a draw on a third. Health and happiness. God bless. You know it's coming, folks. You know it's coming at 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. In the great state of Massachusetts. Peace! It's snowing. Bye-bye.